How are you? So, hope you all are well. Today here I will discuss the last topic of mathematical tools, which is integration. In my last video, I discussed about differentiation and some numericals which are very helpful for you. So now here I will discuss with you the last topic, means integration. Integration is reverse of differentiation. That's why it is also known as anti-differentiation or anti-derivative. Clear, student? So I will start here. What is integration? So reverse of differentiation is called integration. So here the symbol for integration is denoted by like S symbol. This is denoted by like S, linear S. So this is the symbol of integration used to denote the symbol used to denote integration here. So after that, if suppose I have a function y equals to fx and I want to write their integration with respect to x. So for any function y is equals to fx, the integration of that function y is equals to fx with respect to x is denoted by I is equals to integration of fx dx. Here dx means that if suppose I am writing here dx means that x is a variable. That's why I'm writing here fx dx. If suppose I want to write here I want to write here y as a function, so I will integrate that function with respect to y. The function will integrate. So here again I am writing x. So definition is that integration of a function y is equals to fx is denoted by I is equals to fx dx. Now after the definition, or you can say that the normal simple definition of integration, I will write here the type of integration. There are two type of integration. One is indefinite, other is definite. When we say indefinite integral means that there is no limit present. It means that limit of a function not present in case of indefinite integral, because when we integrate any function under this integration, then we get a indefinite value. There is no a definite value. That's why we use here an integration constant which is c in case of indefinite integration. But on the other hand, when we talk about definite integration, that time definite integration has a limit. So under this limit, when we solve this type of problems which is related to definite integration, then no need to use an integral constant in general. Clear? So we will not use here any type of integral constant here, but in some special cases when we solve the application of definite integral, then we will use the integration constant c, by which we can calculate the value of c, which is helpful to calculate the exact, or you can say the definite value of the given integration. This is in mathematics, but here in physics we will discuss here only about the two type of integration. See, the symbol for indefinite integration is denoted by like that, integration fx dx. If suppose here I consider see here, point this, focus on this point. Here fx means that because I told you integration is anti-differentiation. So when a differentiation function, see here, suppose I have a function fx and their differentiation is d upon dx of fx, and if suppose I want to integrate the derivative of a function, then the answer will remain same. It means again a function, again that function. So it means that integration is a reverse of differentiation. So that's why I consider here fx equals to f dash x, capital F dash x. It means that derivative of fx. So when this derivative of fx, which is noted by here fx, again integrate, we will get the same this value. But here, what is the meaning of f dash x? If you confused, so I will write here d upon dx of fx. So this is our initial function. So when we integrate this small fx, means the derivative of capital Fx, then we will get again the function which is initially here, which is capital Fx. And we use an integration constant c because we are integrating the given function fx under indefinite integration. Clear? So after this, I will talk about here definite integration. Here or definite integration. So when under this definition, when we talk about this definite integration, so under this definite integration, see here first of all, I will write the integration of any function fx under the limit. We have two limits, a to b or x to y, or one means that 1 to 2, x1 to x2, any kind of limit here. So here, because the function is under the variable x, so we can write this limit like that x equals to a to x equals to b. Means that suppose I am taking one function in which we are integrating this from here to here. So suppose this is, we know that this is a function of sin x, so cos x. So I will write here initially fx, no problem. So here you see that x equals to a and this one is x equals to b. These are the two limits, and under these limits, if I want to calculate the integration of function which will give us the area bounded by these two regions. This function is the area bounded by two regions which are x equals to a to x equals to b. It means that on the other hand, you can say that in definite integration we can calculate the area bounded by the two limits for a given function fx. So here we will write here the integration in definite form with the limit x equals to a to x equals to b. So see here, I have written the solution here, a to b fx dx. Suppose when we solve this fx dx same as this, so I will write here capital Fx. Capital Fx, this is the capital Fx is the integration of small fx dx, and I will use here the limits, lower limit to upper limit. Function fx for the upper limit x equals to b, like that, and after that we will use negative sign, and then we will write the same function fx for the lower limit x equals to a. So this is fb minus fa is the solution for definite integration. Point is clear, student? So after that we will write, after that I will write here some formulas which are related to integration, and after that I will give you the solution of examples. I have written some formulas, only some formula here, one by one, these 7 formula. I will, after that I will explain each formula with their example. So see, first formula is integration of x raised to the power n dx. It is equals to x raised to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. For example, if I give you, if I am giving you the example of first, so see, if I want to integrate x square dx, then you will see that how we will solve. So with the help of first formula, you will write here integration of x square dx is equals to x2 plus 1. It is our n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So answer is x cube by 3 plus c. This is the solution with reference to our first formula. After that, second formula is common, there is no any doubt. So in case of second example, second formula example, you can write, suppose sometimes you will see integration of dy, it will equals to y plus c, and after that sometime integration of dz, it will equals to z plus c, sometimes integration of dt, it will equals to t plus c. Here in all places c is our integration constant. And after that, in third case, if I will explain here this formula, a into x raised to the power n dx, a is a real number, it will come outside, so the formula will remain same as it is first. So here under this third condition, if I will give you one example like this, 2x square dx, or you can say that 2x4 dx, then how you will solve this? 2 is a real number, means constant, you can take in outside, and after that you will write like so. The answer will be 2 again x4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1. So we can write 2 x raised to the power 5 over 5. So this is the solution for this type of formula to this question. Clear? So the answer is 2 by 5 of x raised to the power 5. Now, after this third, you should remember this formula directly here. So, after this formula, I will write here this one. This is e raised to the power ax type of question. Suppose sometime you will face the problem integration of e raised to the power 3x. Then the answer will be e raised to the power 3x over 3 plus c. How we will write this? So see, to understand it, first of all, if I want to explain in short way, first of all what you will do, you will consider this 3x as any variable t. Then in front of you the equation is like that, and you know that e raised to power t dt, you can consider this in your mind. You can write e raised to the power t dt like et, e raised to the power t. So on this basis I am writing here directly e raised to the power 3x, and after that see, when I am writing here e raised to the power 3x, in denominator I will differentiate this term, then the answer will come. So see, if I explain, e raised to the power 3x remain it is. After that I will differentiate the value of 3x here. So the answer is e raised to the power 3x over 3, because it is a differentiation of 3x, you know that it is a linear function, so answer will be 3. That's why I am writing here directly the solution of e raised to the power 3x. Other example, see here e raised to the power 7x dx. So see, how will you solve? E raised to the power 7x, and in denominator differentiation of 7x, you know that differentiation of 7x, it is 7. So plus c is our integration constant, so e raised to the power 7x over 7. This is a solution for this. So similarly we can easily solve e raised to the power mx dx, m be any number, it will equals to e raised to the power mx over m plus c. This is the solution in case of exponential. In this case you will see this type of example, integration of 2 raised to the power x dx. Here it is not exponential function here. So here in this case, when you will see 2 raised to the power x dx type of problem, then you will use the formula here, ax dx, integration of ax dx equals to ax over log e base a plus c. So after using this property, you can solve it directly here. 2 raised to the power x dx, it is equals to 2x over log e base 2 plus c. This is the solution of this problem. If I show you the next example, 3 raised to the power x dx. So answer will be again in short way 3x log e base a on the basis of this one. Point is clear, student? So at last, if I will explain the example based on last identity, which is in front of you, 1 over x type of identity. So suppose I have given one question, 3 over x dx. So how we will solve this? So you will solve this question, 3 is taken common outside, after that 1 over x dx. So answer is 3 or 1 upon x dx integration log x plus c. So this is the solution for this problem. So after these formulas, I will write here some other formulas and formulas related to trigonometry in case of integration. So see, I will repeat this formula here. So see, first formula is integration of sin x dx, means that integration of sin x is equals to minus cos x plus c. C is our integral constant, because here we are talking about indefinite integral. So in all cases you will see here c symbol. So integration of sin x is equals to minus cos x plus c. Integration of cos x sin x plus c. Integration of tan x equals to log sec x. In case of here I am using mod because when we write any log value, suppose log x, if I have written log x, here the value of x is greater than 0. So that's why I use here mod symbol. So after that, see here one by one, integration of cot x dx equals to minus cosec x plus c, integration minus log cosec x plus c or log sin x plus c. After that sec square x, integration of sec square x, tan x, integration of cosec square x minus cot x, cosec minus cot x, integration of cosec square x minus cot x, integration of sec x dx, log sec x plus tan x plus c, cosec x dx, log cosec x minus cot x plus c, integration of sec x tan x is equals to sec x, integration of cosec x cot x equals to cosec x. Now here this formula is very important for your competitive examination. When you will face this type of condition in your question, then you can write your answer in one single line. If suppose the format is integration of ex bracket start fx plus derivative of this function. See, ex bracket start fx plus derivative of this function. See here, f dash x I am using here. This f dash x means derivative of fx. Then the answer will be e raised to the power x means ex into fx. It is one liner question. Suppose I am taking one example based on this. Suppose I asked about this question. Find out the integration of sin x minus cos x of dx. If I asked about this, find out the integration of sin x minus of cos x. You know that if suppose I consider fx equals to sin x, then see their derivative, which is f dash x, or you can say that d upon dx of fx is equal to differentiation of sin x cos x. So here f dash x is cos x, here I will use positive sign. So see, in this my example, you will see that sin x is our function and cos x is the derivative of this function. Then we can write this is our f dash. Then we can write here the solution for this is e raised to the power x sin x plus c. This is the solution for this type of question. Another example, see here, e raised to the power x log x, and you know that if suppose it is our fx, so what will be their derivative? Their derivative will be 1 over x. So this is the derivative for the given function fx, and I want to find their integration value. So the integration value is one liner e raised to the power x log x. So this is the answer for this type of problems, and the remaining questions you will do according to the formula. Okay student, after that one important formula for this product rule for integration. See here how we will write this product rule. If suppose I have fx and gx two function and I want to integrate them. If suppose fx is our first function and gx is our second function, here the sequence of first and second function is very important. So in my last video I told you that here I will follow Eilert formula. Here Eilert formula we will follow in case of integration. I means inverse function, L means logarithm function, algebra function, then T for trigonometric function, then E for exponential function. So according to this order we will follow, but here I will write the formula in general way. If suppose fx is our first function and gx is our second function, then how we will write here? See here, first function integration of second function, clear student, minus large integration. Inside this integration we will write differentiation of first function into integration of second function. After that, because I am using here large integration for all, so I will write here dx for whole solution, which will come after the solution of inside value. Clear student? This is the formula for product rule. Clear? But here we will follow the rule before this product. I will follow here Eilert formula. According to this, I will solve integration type of problem. So see how we will solve this with the use of Eilert formula, inverse, log, algebraic, trigonometric and exponential function one by one. See here, I have written the product rule. On the base of this product rule, I will represent in front of you a simple integration. See how we will solve this type of problem. Here, when we have two functions in complex space under the same integration symbol, then we will solve this type of question with the help of Eilert formula. Okay, with the help of Eilert formula, see here, it is an algebraic function, it is a log function. So which comes first? Log function. This is our first function, this is our second. So according to first and second function, I will solve this question on this way. See here, first of all I will write first function, which is log ex, integration of second x raised to the power n dx, minus integration differentiation of first, which is log x, here integration of second, which is xn dx. After that, using the dx symbol for large integration, we will solve here. See student, log x, x raised to the power n means xn plus 1 over n plus 1, minus integration symbol, so d upon dx log x 1 upon x, into solution for this x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 dx. See here, log e raised to the power x, x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1, minus, when you will solve this x with the value of xn plus 1, then you will see that xn plus 1, when this value x raised to the power 1 goes in denominator, it will be negative, so I will write here minus 1. Clear student? In a denominator, the value remains same. After the cancellation of these two, see here what comes, log x, x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1, minus x raised to the power n over n plus 1 dx. So see here, log e raised to the power x, x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1, minus, you can take n plus 1 common from here, 1 over n plus 1, again integration x raised to the power n dx. So the final solution is x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 into the solution for this x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1, but one outside value we have given 1 over n plus 1 with this negative sign. So we can say that the final answer, x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 minus x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 whole square. You can take common x raised to the power n plus 1 from both sides, and after that n plus 1, so x n plus 1 over n plus 1. Here the remaining value is log x, minus here the remaining value 1 over n plus 1. So we can use at last integral constant c. So this is the integration of x raised to the power n log x dx with the help of product rule by following Eilert formula. Clear student? Student, here I have used the x raised to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 formula, then we'll get this solution here. So minus 1 is product by 4, minus 4, and after that x raised to the power minus 1 dx minus x raised to the power minus 1 plus c. Then at final I will write here minus 4 x raised to the power minus 1 means 1 over x plus c. So our final formula is minus 4 over x plus c. So this is the solution for this problem. Friends, see, in this second question, we want to integrate this sine square x. So see how we will integrate this function. This function will not integrate directly here. So for that, what we will do, we will use some trigonometric identities. So see which trigonometric identity we will use here, because if suppose in integration, if any function is cubic, in this case, in this type, not in form of algebra but in trigonometry, if suppose it is cubic function, if suppose it is square function, so that time it is not integrated, directly here. It will integrate by converging this form into the other form, which is just like linear form. So see here how we will convert this sine square x. by using cos 2 theta formula, means by using cos 2x is equals to 1 minus 2 sin square x. This is our previous formula, trigonometric formula. So from this formula I will get the value of sin square x. So see what will be the value of sin square x from this formula. So here 2 sin square x, by interchanging these like that, 2 sin square x is equals to 1 minus cos 2x. So sin square x is equals to 1 minus cos 2x over 2. So I will substitute here the value of sin square x, 1 minus cos 2x over 2, the substitution formula. So here I will substitute the value of sin square x, which is 1 minus cos 2x upon 2. So your integration function sin square x dx is now the function which is written by 1 minus cos 2x over 2. And you know that 1 over 2 will come outside because it is constant. So our answer will be 1 minus cos 2x over dx. Now I will integrate this function, complete function, because in this function there are two sub functions, means 1 minus cos 2x. So I will separate first by using operational formula for integration, which are, see, in case of integration, suppose I have two functions like that. So I want to integrate this. So what we will do, first I will integrate first function, then I will use plus minus sign, then second, and this one. So under this operational formula I will follow the integration of this. First 1 upon 2 you can take common, you can split the function here. So 1 into dx means dx minus cos 2x dx, cos 2x dx. After that this 1 over 2. See, integration of dx is x minus cos 2x. Integration is, you know that the integration of cos x equals to our sin x. So I will write here cos 2x integration sin 2x over 2. Clear, student? So here this is our answer for the given problem. Clear? You have one doubt about this, how I will write here, how I write here sin 2x by 2 in place of integration of cos 2x. Now see how I will write here. In here you can see here how I will write here cos 2x integration equals to sin 2x by 2. See here, if suppose the integration format is like that, sin mx dx, then their integration is minus cos mx over the differentiation of this mx, because here I consider mx equals to t for some time. Then in our mind we will use here, when we integrate this function, then we will use here differentiation of this mx. So the answer is cos mx over m. That is the reason I am here putting the value of sin 2x over 2 in place of integration of cos 2x. Clear, student? There are other method also to solve this type of problems, but I am using here simple way. If suppose the question, same type of question is in front of you, like cos mx, and you want to integrate in short way, then you can write it directly sin mx over m without any delay. Clear, student? So you write this according to this problem. Here, this is the last question in which I will explain you the integration of this algebraic function. So here integration of fx dx means integration of fx. You will write 3x square 6x plus 3 in place of fx and dx. Then what we will do, you can separate it because of operational integration, because in case of operation we will split first integration. I told you here, if suppose you have a function like that and you want to integrate, then you will split first, then solve. Clear? So on this way you will split out individually. So see the solution here. it is 3 of dx. Now see one by one. You know that integration of x square is x cube over 3, and I hope you know that integration of x dx x square by 2 by first formula x and dx, and integration of dx equals to x. You can use integration constant c. So here 3 to 3 cancel, 2 3 just 6. So answer is x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus c. Dear student, this is the integration of given function fx with respect to x. So on the basis of these type of solution, or these type of, on the basis of these type of problems, you will solve the problems which you will face in this chapter. Dear student, thank you.